I'm Makenna Baily with your local news update. A teenager has died following an alleged altercation on the Sunshine Coast overnight. Shortly before 11:30 p.m, emergency services were called to a Makenna property following reports a person had been wounded. Upon arrival, authorities found the 16-year-old with a life-threatening wound, and despite their best efforts to save him, he was pronounced dead at the scene. A 17-year-old, who's believed to be known to the victim, was arrested at the scene. Police are seeking anyone with information or CCTV footage of anyone acting suspicious in the area to come forward. In other news, there's just hours to go until Queensland's border reopens for quarantine-free international travel. Quarantine hotels are preparing to return to normal operations, and Sunshine Coast locals are welcoming the news, with many families looking forward to reuniting with loved ones. While international students and backpackers will also return to the state, which will offer a timely boost to our local industries. And if you're planning on getting outside today, bear in mind there's a strong marine wind warning in place for the Sunshine Coast. The Weather Bureau also has the warning in place for tomorrow. To today's weather forecast now, showers in Noosa and a top of 27 degrees in Caloundra. That's all the news for now. I'll see you again soon. Good afternoon. Police are continuing their investigations after a 16-year-old died following an alleged altercation on the Sunshine Coast last night. Emergency services were called to a home in Makenna around 11:30 p.m, and upon arrival found the teen with a life-threatening wound. Paramedics, including critical care, tried to save the boy, however he was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities arrested a 17-year-old boy who is now assisting police with their inquiries. Anyone with information or who may have noticed suspicious behaviour in the area is urged to contact police. Making other news today, surf lifesavers are bracing for a busy week on Sunshine Coast beaches, with many expected to take an extra long weekend ahead of Australia Day. They say beachgoers should be cautious when visiting local beaches. Despite many beach closures last weekend due to hazardous surf and a tsunami warning, lifesavers still had to rescue a number of swimmers in distress. Meanwhile, we know Queensland is the skin cancer capital of the world, but most cases can be prevented through sun-smart behaviour and controlled through annual skin checks. Regional Health Minister David Gillespie says it's important to remember it's UV radiation, not heat, that causes burns. And applications are now open for the next round of Meat and Livestock Australia Ambassador Training. MLA General Manager of Communications, Lucy Broad, says the online workshops will help Sunshine Coast locals improve shared values training and be an effective voice for the red meat industry. Taking a look at today's weather forecast across the Sunshine Coast now, showers are expected in Noosa with a top of 26 degrees and similar conditions in Caloundra, reaching a top of 27 degrees. That's all of your local news for now. I'll see you soon. Hello again. A 16-year-old Sunshine Coast boy has died following an altercation in Makenna last night. Paramedics were called to a home just after 11 o'clock following reports of a serious wounding. It's alleged a fight broke out between the teenager and another boy who was known to him. Emergency services confirmed the victim was located with a life-threatening wound. Despite life-saving efforts, the boy died at the scene. Police investigations are ongoing, and anyone with information or CCTV footage of the area is urged to contact the authorities. In other news, Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk is welcoming the Sunshine State's latest unemployment numbers. Queensland has the strongest overall jobs growth in the nation compared with pre-pandemic levels, with a joblessness rate of just 4.7%. That's down from 4.8% in November, and it means there were over 100,000 more jobs in December than in March 2020. Meanwhile, concerns are growing in Queensland that we could face power and food supply issues if companies and employees can't access rapid antigen tests. Unions say Queensland's meat supply, transport and power systems are under increasing pressure, and many Sunshine Coast businesses are facing critical staff shortages. Taking a look at local sport, and racing returns to the Sunshine Coast Turf Club tonight with a 7-race draw card. All the action gets underway with the first race at 5:25 p.m. And the Weather Bureau has issued a strong wind warning for our region. Wild winds are expected for the Sunshine Coast today and tomorrow. Taking a look at the weather now around the Sunshine Coast. Showers are forecast for Noosa today, heading to a top of 26 degrees, and similar conditions to Caloundra with a high of 27 degrees. Good afternoon. Another grim day for Queensland, with the state recording 13 COVID deaths overnight and more than 16,000 new infections. Chief Health Officer Dr John Gerard says 855 people are in hospital, 54 of those in ICU and 22 on ventilators. Queensland is also the latest state to reduce its booster jab interval to 3 months. Meanwhile, the state currently sits at 89% fully vaccinated. It comes as Queensland Health administered close to 11,000 vaccines yesterday, including more than 400 on the Sunshine Coast. In related news, the Pharmacy Guild of Australia is launching a website to help Queenslanders find rapid antigen tests from Monday. State President Trent Toomey says they'll be adding the function to their Find a Pharmacy website, which will save people from having to use social media and other avenues trying to get their hands on a testing kit. Making other news today, a 37-year-old man has fronted the Maroochydore Magistrates Court after he allegedly rammed a car and doused a man in accelerant in Buderim earlier this month. Police allege the incident occurred following a dispute on January 15, when the accused doused the 35-year-old victim before producing a lighter. The Buderim man has been charged with a string of offences, including acts intended to cause grievous bodily harm and 3 counts of breach of bail. He did not apply for bail, and the matter has been adjourned until the 4th of March. While a 27-year-old female who helped the offender flee the scene was also arrested over the matter and has been charged with 1 count of willful damage and unlawful use of a motor vehicle. She's expected to front court at a later date. And breezy conditions today, with the Weather Bureau issuing a strong wind warning for the Sunshine Coast. That's all of your local news for now. I'll see you again next hour. Hello again. Queensland has recorded 13 more COVID deaths overnight, while over 16,000 new cases were reported, including almost 1,000 here on the Sunshine Coast. And from Monday, the state will bring forward the booster jab eligibility to 3 months, down from 4. Meanwhile, Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk says despite calls, the government is not going to drop the QR check-in system. And Queensland has taken another step in reopening to the world, and it could spell good news for the Sunshine Coast's struggling tourism and hospitality industries. The state welcomes back quarantine-free international arrivals from 1 a.m. tomorrow, while visa rebates will also be offered to students and backpackers. In other news, a number of Sunshine Coast locations will light up blue to celebrate National Corrections Day tonight. It's a chance to recognise the frontline public safety role played by prison staff. Buderim Village Park, Sun Central Maroochydore and Ocean Street are just some of the locations turning blue. And surf lifesavers are bracing for a busy week on Sunshine Coast beaches, with many visitors expected to take an extra long weekend for Australia Day. Despite beach closures and a tsunami warning in the last week, lifesavers still had to rescue a number of people across the Sunshine Coast, while a number ended in hospitalisations. It comes as a strong wind warning is in place for the Sunshine Coast today and tomorrow. Taking a look at local cricket news now, and ladder leaders Toronto Noosa set to play second place Caboolture in round 19 of the Division 1 competition tomorrow. Taking a look at today's weather forecast now, Noosa can expect showers throughout the day with a top of 26 degrees and 27 degrees the top in Caloundra. That's all of your local news for now. I'll see you again later this evening. Good evening. The Sunshine State's recorded more than 16,000 new COVID infections overnight, including over 900 on the Sunshine Coast, while our Premier has revealed 13 people have died. Anastasia Palaszczuk has also announced changes to the booster shot program, with the state set to reduce the interval between shots to 3 months from next Monday. And our borders will reopen to international travellers from tomorrow. Hello again. Tributes are flowing for a Sunshine Coast teen who was killed in an alleged fight last night. Emergency services rushed to a Baily address shortly after 11 p.m, but were unable to save the 16-year-old. A 17-year-old has been charged with his murder. Making other news, with a strong wind warning in place on the Sunshine Coast today, a number of beaches were forced to close, including Sunrise Beach and Twin Waters. Good evening. The Sunshine Coast has reported 2 more COVID deaths overnight, taking the region's tally to 7. Meanwhile, a slight drop in local case numbers, with just under 1,000 new infections recorded. And Baily, Peregian and Twin Waters were among some of the Sunshine Coast beaches closed by Surf Life Saving Queensland today. It comes as a strong wind warning was in place for the Sunshine Coast. That's all for now. Good evening. Queensland's COVID death toll continues to rise, with another 13 fatalities reported overnight. 2 deaths were recorded here on the Sunshine Coast, with the local tally now sitting at 7. And more than 16,000 new cases have been detected across the state. Meanwhile, from Monday, Sunshine Coast locals can get their booster shot 3 months after their second COVID jab. It comes as Queensland Health administered over 400 vaccines on the Sunshine Coast yesterday. In other news, with holiday plans still being impacted by COVID, travel agents say a new trend has emerged: last-minute getaways. Data from January from Webjet shows same-month bookings are up more than 20% on pre-pandemic levels. The Sunshine Coast has made the list for the top 10 most popular domestic destinations in the country for travel. And Meat and Livestock Australia is looking for its next batch of industry ambassadors, and they're holding online workshops to help Sunshine Coast residents hone their skills from early February. For more information on the workshops, head to the MLA website. Taking a look at the weather across the Sunshine Coast tomorrow, a shower or 2 in Noosa, and similar conditions for Caloundra, reaching a top of 27 degrees. That's all of your local news for today. I'm Makenna Baily. Have a good night and a lovely weekend.